In this video, we'll take everything we've learned so far and go through an example daily workflow in a team managed project. Now, if you recall from our Agile Crash Course video, we learned about something called a stand-up. And in my experience, usually that's what you do first thing in the morning. So on the board, if we come to the top right, we can start our stand-up. And you can customize the time, of course, depending on the size of your team, how many team members you have. But the basic process here is that each team member gets a couple minutes to answer these three questions. And inside of Jira, during the stand-up, we can see what things are assigned to that team member as they're answering the question. Questions are, what did you do yesterday? What will you do today? And are there any blockers preventing progress? This is one of the ways that an Agile workflow helps everyone be on the same page about all the work that's being done. Again, the concept of a stand-up meeting is not unique to Jira, but in the newer versions of Jira, they added this nice little view to help the stand-up be more effective. And as the timer ticks down, by default, we'll hear the little ticker to let everyone know as they're talking, it's time to wrap up. And then you can move on to the next person and repeat the process. So for Valerie, let's pull one of these issues over for her to work on today. There we go. And as the timer hits 10 seconds, we'll hear that noise. There we go. So now we move on to the next person. The timer will automatically start and the process repeats. So in our example here with 3 people on the team, even if we left the timer at the default of 2 minutes, that's a quick 6-minute meeting that'll help provide clarity around what everyone got done the day before, what everyone is doing today, what sort of roadblocks someone is facing to help clear them if possible, or at least to know why something isn't being completed. Now, when everyone has had a chance to go, you end the stand-up and everyone gets to work for the day. So ending the stand-up is as easy as coming up here, go end stand-up, and it'll take you back to the Agile board. Now, we've looked at a lot of the different views that we can use throughout this section, but in my experience, the Agile board is where most of our work will be getting done on a day-to-day basis. And the basic process in an Agile workflow is to take an issue from left to right. So you notice we took it from to do to in progress to work on for that day. And then when we're done with it, drag it into done. And you'll notice that when we drag it into done, Jira automatically set this issue to resolved, which is why the issue key on this one is crossed out. And then once it's done, you pick the next issue that you decided to work on in the stand-up or sprint if you're working in a Scrum workflow and continue on. Of course, that is in an ideal situation. As we all know, things are not going to be ideal every single day. So Jira does have a few cool things that we can do when that happens. So let's say we're working on an issue throughout the day, and there's another issue that is blocking our ability to get this one done for whatever reason. Well, what we can do is we can let people know that this issue is blocked. So let's say this one is blocked by this one here. If we come into the little dots here, we can link issue and say it's blocked by app 10. That's this issue here. Link that. And now when we have our stand-up, we can open this up and look at it and say, oh, that one's blocked. That's why. And we have that conversation of, do we have any roadblocks in the stand-up that we just learned? And there are other links that we can add too, but blocking an issue is really helpful because once this is blocked, it'll show up for everyone on the board on the insights to see that this issue is blocked. Or maybe it's not really blocked. Maybe as we're working on it, we just need to raise attention. Well, you'll notice we can actually add a flag to, let's talk about this in stand-up, something like that. And not only does it visually change the color, but it also adds a flag there, and it will show up in our board insights under the flagged tab as well. So that's a great way to make sure that something gets brought up in the next daily stand-up or sprint if we're working in a Scrum workflow. Okay, and with that, we've come to an end of this section learning all about team managed projects. Now, if you recall, we learned at the beginning of this section that team managed projects have project scope entities. So let's see that real quick in action. If we were to come in here to projects and create a new project, let's do this same thing that we did before. We're rushing through this because we've done this before. There we go. So I'm creating a new project, new team managed project. And now, once we actually get into this project, we'll notice that some of the issues, the issue types, I should say, don't even exist in here. So if we come into our project settings, as we can see, the new feature issue type that we created in the other team managed project is not there because it only lives in that project we created it in. That's because of the project scope entities. Now, that can certainly be a great thing in some cases, but depending on the size of our organization, there's a good chance that your team is sharing entities across company managed projects.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To see the full course that this video came from, click over there. And click over there to see more videos from Simon Says It.